Now it is beginning to make sense. Okay, the Africans now are beginning to realize that they do not need the Western. Okay, they do not need the Western in any aspect of life. Okay, so what is going on in Ghana, Burkina Faso, and so many other regions in Africa are beginning to open the eyes of the Africa. So we actually calling the largest country in Africa, which should be Nigeria, to come in, let them speak, and let them put away anything that has to do with the Western, because they are causing so much in Africa that we cannot longer, take in all the things that they're already doing in Africa. They have caused a lot. Now, it is clear that the Burkina Faso presidents are now making things clear. If you are a white, you need to have a passport before you can come in, because it is clear that only the whites can, tell the black that you must have a passport before you can come into their country. The president of the United States said that all Nigerians are banned from coming into their state, but they actually come into Nigeria in and out, and there is no one, stopping them. This is the right time Africa wake up and stand on their right, because this is no longer making any single sense. What the president of Burkina Faso is doing now is exactly what I really anticipate from every other country in Africa that they should be doing. That is why I said the president of Nigeria should start the same thing, because this is exactly what we need. They paid a whole lot of money to assassinate this president, but the people so much love this president that they took the money to him and they showed him and they told him everything that they actually wanted to do to him. So this is what we want in Africa. We want an independent continent, because the whites have done so much damage in Africa. They have extorted everything. They have taken everything from us, the mineral resources, so many things that we do not longer need them to come in. If they must establish anything in Africa, they must go through due process, because now anytime they invade in Africa, they always possess that power to to build whatever company they want to build in a particular country without anyone intervening. And that doesn't make any single sense, because you cannot go to their own place and do the same thing. So now that the president of Burkina Faso is bringing up this whole thing, every other part of African countries have to exhibit the same character, because this is the only way that African can have their own human right, can have their own right to stand and develop. Because what these people, what the whites are doing to the Africa is the only thing that is bringing undeveloped in Africa, more especially all parts of Africa countries. Like Nigeria, for instance, we have all the mineral resources, we have everything we need, but there is no any single development. Schools, you must pay for school, you must pay for line, you must pay for a whole lot of things. You gotta pay taxes here and there. We need a free education. We need a free education, and we need light, steady light, so that the companies and so many other productive companies can be able to function properly. If this can happen, that is the only way the country can develop. There is no good road. There's terrorism everywhere, insecurity everywhere. And this is happening because these people have an agency that they have sent into the forest to go and, mine gold. Now, the president of Ghana said that all outside country, like all the Western companies in Ghana, must evacuate immediately. They have to leave Ghana immediately. He did not even give time that they should leave, but he actually said that they should leave with an immediate effect. And that is exactly what we should be expecting from every other part of Africa countries, because these people have done a whole lot. They try to unite people in the way that you will say, oh, They are trying to bring peace in a country, but they are not bringing peace. They are bringing disaster and war and misunderstanding between people. That is exactly what they did. That is exactly what Britain did to Nigeria. That Nigeria is in a mess today. They try to unite every part of Nigeria together, but that unity that they try to impact in people that they were uniting, that is not unity, that is disunity, because they disorganized everything, trying to unite the people that have different culture and different religion and different everything different. They try to bring them together, and why they were doing all this is so that they could be able to extort their mineral resources, and they have actually done that. And the president of Nigeria now and the people, more especially the politicians, they have hid all the things that the people of Western said, and now there's problem in Nigeria. And ever since the problem came, these people who tend to unite Nigeria have not come to solve the problem. And what the president of Burkina Faso is doing now is what we anticipate every other part of Africa country to be doing, so that there will be peace and unity, and more especially development in all parts of Africa. Because these people came in Africa, they mine their gold, they take away their mineral resources, and they took it back to their own country, and they built their own country to what it is today. That is not making any single sense to anybody. You can't come in to the land where you not sow anything, where you have nothing. You have your mother, your father, nobody comes from there, and you just come in there and take away what the people have. That does not make sense, and we do not want that anymore in Africa. So we are giving these people, if I should say, if they should give me authority to speak, I would say we should give these people 24 hours to evacuate. If you must be found, if you're a Western and you must be found in Africa, you must own a passport. That passport is the only thing that guarantees you, to be in Africa. And exactly the same thing should goes to African people. If African people have been found in your place, they should have passports also. If they do not have passports, then you should be able to, send them back to their various countries. Now that the president of the United States banned Nigeria and some certain other countries from coming into their country, exactly the same thing should be done to their own people coming to the Nigeria or coming to any part of African country, because enough is enough. We are tired and sick of this whole thing going on in the world, trying to, enslave Africans. I don't know where this whole ideology come about, but I just want every single one of you here to end this maltreatment once and for all. Remain blessed.